Portland housing market just did something we haven't seen since before the pandemic. If you're still looking at it the way you did in 2021, you're making the wrong call. With inventory up, homes sitting longer, and prices still holding. And the combination changes everything about how you need to move in this market. So let me break down exactly what's happening right now. Not long ago, a home would hit the market in the Portland area and it was gone before the weekend. Sellers were in complete control and buyers were just trying to get in the door. That was the energy here for years, but now the energy has changed. So Portland, the largest city in Maine, is around 70,000 people, and that demand to be here hasn't gone away at all. But the housing market underneath it is shifting in ways most people are not tracking. The median price is sitting in the high 500s right now, depending on the neighborhood and the month, and that number hasn't cracked. Prices are still up year over year. Now, active listings are also up year over year, and homes are taking a little bit longer to sell. We're seeing properties sit closer to 4 weeks before they go under contract. A year or two ago, that timeline was much shorter, and I see this every single day. And when we get into buyer payments in a few minutes, it changes how you should look at this. Stay with me here. Now, prices are not falling apart, and that makes this moment so unusual. Inventory's rising, but prices are holding. This is a shift. The market is recalibrating, not collapsing. And if you're still using a 2021 playbook, you're already behind. So to understand how much leverage has actually shifted, we need to look at the number one thing that tells the whole story. And it's one that most buyers and sellers never even look at. Now, if you're thinking about making a move in the Portland area, or you're a seller trying to figure out if your pricing still works, my contact info is in the description down below. I work with buyers and sellers across the greater Portland market every single day, and I'll give you a straight answer based on your situation. Let's keep going. If you've tried buying a home in the Portland area 2 or 3 years ago, you already know what it felt like. And if you didn't, let me set the scene. You walk into a showing, you fall in love with the place, and then spend the next 72 hours watching your agent work the phones trying to get you a shot at making an offer. That wasn't stress, that was normal. Back then, Portland was sitting under 2 months of supply. That's an extreme seller's market. Plus, buyers were writing offers sight unseen, waiving inspections, and losing bidding wars on homes they never even stepped inside. Sellers had every card. And when we get into what builders are doing in the suburbs, you're going to see why some sellers are running into a problem they didn't expect. Stick around. But now, supply is climbing closer to the 3-month range in certain parts of greater Portland. A balanced market sits around 4 to 6 months, so we're not there yet. But the direction of that shift matters a lot, and I see this every single day. Buyers can actually take a breath now. There's more time to think, more room to negotiate, and more options on the table than we've had in years. That is leverage you just didn't have in 2021. Because this rise in supply is creating a split depending on your price point, and that split is where the real story is. Right now, buyers and sellers are getting blindsided. They're making decisions based on one version of this market when there's actually two. And which one you're in changes everything. So if you're looking under $500,000, it's still very competitive. If a home is priced right and move-in ready, it moves fast. But buyers are still running into each other. Multiple offers are still happening, and you need to come in sharp and be ready to go. Once you move above $700,000, everything shifts. In that price range, we're seeing a lot more price corrections, price cuts, and homes sitting much longer. And sellers are learning the hard way that they can't stretch their price and expect buyers to meet them there. That part of the market has real softness right now. Keep this in mind because when we talk about new construction in a minute, this is exactly where builders are putting pressure, but more on that later. Now, this is the split. Same city, same market, 2 different dynamics depending on your price point. And if you don't know which one you're in, you're going to make an expensive mistake. Strategy has got to match your price point, period. But to understand why this split is happening, you have to look at something bigger than Portland. And it comes down to exactly what happened to the cost of borrowing money. So the number that explains everything we just talked about has nothing to do with Portland. Once you see it, the whole picture comes into focus. During the pandemic, buyers were locking in 3% mortgage rates. 3%. That almost feels fake right now. Today, rates are sitting anywhere from 6 to 7%. And what this does to your monthly payment is pretty dramatic. The same loan costs well over $1,000 more every month compared to just a few years ago. That's not small. That's real money hitting your budget every single month. And I see that moment hit buyers all the time. Now, the strategy they're using is built around it. And if you're a resale seller, you need to understand what you're up against. Higher payments create a hard ceiling on what buyers can actually afford. The demand to live in Portland is still there. People still want to be here, but the math does not work in the same way anymore. Buyers can't just stretch the way they used to, even if they want to. So prices aren't falling apart, but growth is getting capped. And that is what's creating the softness in the upper price points we've actually been seeing a lot recently. It's all connected. And now there's one more layer on top of this that most buyers and sellers are not even thinking about. Now, resale sellers are losing buyers to something they can't out-negotiate, and most of them didn't even realize it's happening. And on top of everything we've talked about, there's a wave of new construction hitting the greater Portland area. We're seeing real inventory come online. North Deering, Westbrook, Scarborough, Yarmouth, all these surrounding towns. And that's happening at the same time resale sellers are already dealing with softer demand at higher price points. Builders are getting aggressive, and that's the thing around the whole country. We're talking rate buy downs, closing cost credits, and real financial incentives because they have the margin. Things an individual seller can't match, especially if they bought within the last 5 years. They just don't have the margin. A builder can write checks in ways homeowners can't, and buyers know it. So if you're a resale seller in these suburban markets, you're not just competing with other listings, you're competing with brand new homes that come with built-in advantages. That's a different playing field. Also, there's a lot of volatility right now. Rates are high, housing's expensive, and certain pockets, especially in the suburbs, are very competitive. Interest rates directly control how much of a home somebody can actually afford, and that pressure is not going away anytime soon. Whether you're buying or selling, you need a strategy that actually matches what this market is doing right now. And that strategy looks different depending on your side of the deal. If you're a buyer, you have more breathing room than you did in 2021. That's real. But this is not the time to casually look around or throw out random offers. When you find the right home, especially under $500,000, it's all or nothing. You need to be ready, financing lined up, clear plan, and be decisive. Buyers winning right now are the ones who show up prepared. If you're a seller, you have leverage, but only if you price correctly from day one. This is not the market to test a number and hope someone meets you there. That's exactly how homes sit and then take price cuts. The sellers winning right now are pricing right, presenting well, and moving with confidence. That's how you sell fast and still come out strong. The market is showing you exactly what's happening right now. The only question now is, what are you going to do with it? This market is running two different games at the same time. Knowing which side of the split you're on is the difference between a smart move and an expensive one right now. Now, if you're trying to figure out whether to buy or sell before it shifts again, shoot me an email, which is on screen and in the description. I'll give you a straight read on your situation and what your next move should be. And if you've been watching all the new development headlines in Portland and thinking prices are about to drop, you need to see this next video. Click right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.